The following audio play is powered by the Huntington Theater Company in partnership with GBH. We encourage you to support your local theater wherever you may be listening. To support the Huntington, please visit our website.
Hey, this is Albert Chen. Jenny.
And Jenny Chen. Sorry.
Dude, we practiced this.
Shut up. Anyway, if you're just joining us, this is what's happened so far on Tiger Style.
Rust the Bus, you always do this. You seriously haven't been coding?
So help out your boy, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, you know something? I was raised to believe in sacrificing my individual needs for the sake of the group, so I will give you my code again.
But you can't dump me. I'm a doctor.
You're not better than me just because you're a doctor.
Reggie, I was raised to believe that life is about delayed gratification until you've achieved the objectives you hope to achieve.
You're giving a promotion to Rust the Bus?
I just think Russell's a really good guy. I find him very relatable.
How are you gonna call Rust the Bus more relatable when you and me are same? We gotta look out for each other, my brother!
Albert, stop. This is pure meritocracy here.
Meritocracy? He goes by Rust the Bus!
I'm so small.
You're a highly put-together professional woman. Why would you settle for dirt?
Because Mom always said a daughter shouldn't make waves, so I felt like I had to make do with the man that I had.
You sound like Amy Tan.
Like you got it all figured out. Instead of being all humble pie Asian, why didn't you confront Melvin with all your achievements?
My efforts should speak for themselves. Dad always said that the cream will rise to the top. You know something, Jenny? This is all Mom and Dad's fault. All that college prep, all that SAT prep, Mom and Dad were tiger parenting tyrants. So I say we drive out to San Marino, tell Mom and Dad what we really think of their parenting, and demand an apology. Secrets will be revealed that threaten to tear the family apart. Okay, Jen, remember. What do we say to Mom and Dad?
Your methods were wrong, we feel traumatized, and we demand an apology.
Oh yeah, this is a reckoning!
But Mom and Dad do not respond well to demands.
How about we'd like? Your methods were wrong, we feel traumatized, and we'd like an apology.
When have they ever apologized?
So what should we ask for? A justification? Atonement?
Well, just so they hear the critique, what if we thank them first for all that they did do?
Wait, so you're wrong, we feel traumatized, and we'd like to thank you?
I don't say wrong or traumatized.
But that's just Mom and Dad, we'd like to thank you.
Too stern?
I didn't drive 2 hours to thank them. What's wrong with you?
I'm having trouble unlearning my filial piety. Help me, Albert. Help older sister.
Just shut up and stay out of my way.
Kids!
Hi, guys.
It's such a pleasant surprise you stopped by.
Oh, it will be a surprise.
Well, okay.
Shoes. Albert, where are you going?
My room, be right back.
You know, I had a faculty meeting at UCLA, but I thought, heck, I could postpone that. Family's much more important. Did you hit a lot of traffic on your way up?
Oh, you'll see.
What do you mean by that?
Hey, what do you think of a Bordeaux? Will that go with black bean sauce?
Ask Albert what he thinks.
Pairing wine with Chinese food is such an impossible task, but I try.
What on earth is that ruckus?
I swear that boy's gonna stay in his adolescence till we're in our convalescence.
Ta-da!
Albert, what's this?
Oh, that's every last award-winning science fair project and spelling bee certificate and academic decathlon trophy. Every last scrap of my academic achievement because it means nothing now, nothing!
Oh, so you finally cleaned out your room? Terrific.
Dad, big revelation headed right at ya. I didn't get a promotion at work. I failed, Dad. I got passed up by a fuckwit.
Well, that stinks.
Yeah, it does stink. So, what do you think about it, huh? I didn't live up to your high expectations. Aren't you gonna yell at me for it?
Well, it sounds like you didn't live up to your own expectations. So why would I yell?
Okay. Okay, fine. So you're cool with it, huh? Everyone's cool. You want secrets? Well, Jen's got the bomb secret. Jen dropped the bomb.
Mom, Dad, I had a secret live-in boyfriend for 3 years, and we didn't tell you. And then he dumped me, and it's all your fault!
Boom, sucker! Secrets will be revealed.
So, what do you think, Ma?
That's a pretty dumb secret. Why would you go to such pains to hide your boyfriend?
Well, what does it matter? You wouldn't have liked him anyway because he wasn't Chinese.
What am I, a bigot?
Yeah, probably.
Honey, I'm not. I don't care about the color of somebody's skin.
That's right, honey. We don't.
I do care what job he has.
Car radio fixer.
You got together with a car radio fixer? Are you out of your mind? You're a doctor.
There! You see? This is exactly what I knew you would do. I knew you'd judge him, so that's why I judged him too, and that's precisely what pushed him away!
Ipso facto, he dumped her ass.
Which is your fault!
But also kind of okay, because the dude was straight up terrible.
So? Are you mad?
We're not mad. We're just disappointed.
And hurt. We really don't like it when you keep things from us.
That's because you're Gestapo. You always want every detail of our lives.
So you can judge all our choices.
You used to say shit like, Albert, we have a lot of friends in the community, so I'd better hear it from you before I hear it from them. That's a Gestapo tactic.
We just want to be included, and for that we're Gestapo?
We like knowing what's going on with you because we're very tight-knit.
No, we're not. I hid this guy for 3 years.
Well, it sounds like you hid him because you were ashamed of him. So maybe it's good that he dumped you.
But
And how can you say we're not tight-knit? You're over for dinner.
for a reckoning.
You also live with your brother.
That's for tax purposes.
I see. So we are to blame for a guy that we've never met.
Because high expectations and always having us working.
See, no time for social skills. Look how awkward she is.
Not helpful.
And we're to blame for your lack of promotion as well?
Hell yeah, because you raised us both to be dickless.
Albert!
We're all of us dickless Asians.
I'm actually okay being dickless.
No, but why did you raise us to be so deferential if it means that Jennifer let her dumb boyfriend treat her like a doormat? And why do I let people treat me like a doormat? Plus, I'm yelling right now. I'm yelling! Why are you letting us treat you like doormats?
So stop yelling already.
We're fuck-ups! Yell at us for it! This was supposed to be a reckoning! A night where secrets get revealed, that something...
Is that blood? Jennifer, why aren't you taking care of your brother?
Me take care of him. I can't even take care of myself.
You didn't give us the preparation we needed to face the world. Don't you think you owe us an apology?
Yeah.
I beg your pardon?
You really put the screws to us. We basically had no childhood.
Of course you had a childhood.
A childhood of flashcards and workbooks and extra summer school, and for what? They started cheating off my tests in middle school, and it pretty much hasn't stopped since.
Yeah, you made it seem like everything would blossom from hard work and education, and the people would respect me for my career. So how come no one respects us?
Why'd we waste so much time in an academia arms race if the world runs on buddy-buddy networks that you never acknowledged exist?
You had us practicing our stupid music all day like it meant something. We had the metronome running for hours, and now I have become one. What for?
Well, can't you see that it's all your fault?
I'm sorry, but all of this sounds like a whole lot of your fault.
Damn right.
You want an apology? Try prying one out of my cold, dead throat.
This is our house. Take your shoes off outside and leave your attitude out there as well.
You want to know why we insisted on your education?
We gave you the best education we could so that you'd never be poor like we were.
That's it?
What do you mean, that's it? I grew up in the ghetto.
We worked ourselves to the bone to get here. We didn't do it just to avoid poverty. We should be kicking some serious ass.
What does kicking ass mean to you? You have a job. You own property. You have your family, your health.
No. Don't feed me that American dream crap. After 3 generations in this country, I don't want the American dream. I want to be an American idiot with all the irrational self-confidence and sense of entitlement such a position of privilege entails.
Yeah, Yeah, and I want the American rom-com where I can have it all, because by now, I think that I've earned it.
Okay, well, Albert, if you want to win, you'll have to work twice as hard, like we did.
But why not as hard?
And Jennifer, if you want to not fall into terrible relationships, don't. It's as simple as that.
But what about all these conflicting emotions that go into why I would do that?
I don't know. Fix it. Who has time for all this weepy? They don't give you enough to do at that oncology department if you're asking me.
But aren't you going to tell us what to do?
No, we can't live your lives for you.
But that's exactly what you used to do.
Yes, but all of that browbeating stops when you get out of school.
Why? That's so arbitrary.
Honey, Chinese families are tight. Tight enough to be separated by continents and not lose sight of our love. But our love is a tough love. Because when you're separated by continents, you can't mollycoddle your babies. You have to give your children the training they need to figure out things on their own.
But we haven't figured out shit.
Plus, we're on the same continent now. What the fuck?
So our old world values have failed you. So sue us.
You think I wanted to proof all your papers? Drive you to all those recitals and science competitions? You think it was fun for me drilling multiplication tables with you? I know damn well how to multiply. It's parents who don't care about their kids who would choose not to bother with that.
Look, your methods obviously worked to a point.
Jen, no.
I'm sorry, it's true. We're not renouncing the tools you gave us. We just need more tools.
Jenny, do me a favor. Take down that photo of my parents.
What, this?
Yeah, that. That's a photo of my parents on Angel Island. Your grandfather came here in 1936 under a fake name. He was a paper's son. He used all his money to buy some fake papers and used a fake name to enter the U.S. and make a better life for his family. He left your grandma in China with their oldest daughter, my sister. You've never even met her. Well, she died over there. You want to talk about unfair? There was a quota on the number of Chinese who could immigrate to the States. So your grandma was stranded in China, even though any old European fella could get naturalized with his wife, his 3 kids, and 17 cousins. But your grandfather was college educated. His future was bright. So he applied to the best job he could get, as a dishwasher. Oh, that's right. You want to talk about unfair. In those days, the Chinese were systematically passed over for white-collar jobs, so he kept washing dishes and sending money back to China until his big break came, working at a fucking laundry. And by the time your grandparents were reunited 15 years later, he owned that laundry. Your grandparents became small business owners, and they had nothing to start from, not even their real name. I'm an engineer now, but I come from laundry people. Your mom is a chemist by way of some cabbage farmers.
I had to work 2 waitressing jobs to put myself through UCLA. But hey, I'm sure if my mother wasn't so busy with grueling farm labor, she'd have given me an apology.
Kids, I hate to break it to you, but we've done our job. You two have every advantage we could provide. We didn't ask our parents for additional tools, and neither will you.
Can I keep this?
What, the photo of my parents? Hell no, that's my photo.
Dad, it's so hard navigating this life, and couldn't just a little emotional support and understanding be warranted here instead of continued hard-assery?
Nope, suck it up.
Right. Suck it up. Let's all keep overcompensating for a flawed, biased system rather than confronting the system itself.
Albert, as parents, we can't control the system. We can't change the world. All we can change is you.
This is the worst apology ever.
Hold on, Jenny, I got this.
Got what?
Okay. So here's where I'm at. I'm thinking maybe Mom and Dad raised us in Old World America. But this is New World America. And maybe if we speak up for ourselves, we won't get deported anymore. So maybe we shouldn't be doormats.
Dude, what are you saying?
I'm saying I've been to the Nerd Mountaintop, and that mountain is empty.
Dude, I still don't know what you're saying.
I'm saying that I have a dream. A dream not to change the world because Mom says we can't, so let's not even try. I have a dream of changing ourselves to not be such dickless Asians. I'm saying, let's go on an Asian freedom tour. Who's with me?
Nobody is with you. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about life.
Get down from that table.
No, Mama. From now on, we will no longer be torn between two conflicting traditions. From now on, we cut out the meek, mild Eastern and go full Western. That is our right, because this is where we were born.
Yeah!
Get down from there. That is rare forest hardwood.
You can't stuff me in a tidy lacquer box of Eastern passivity.
No, ladies!
I'm gonna get mine. America!
America, get some! I'm a cowboy!
Jen, from now on, we are gonna be like Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah! Really?
Fuck yeah, really. Like, I'm gonna march into Medco and demand the promotion I've earned. Like, demand it.
Okay. So if we're going full Western, what do I do?
I don't know, fuck some shit up.
What if I update my online dating profile?
Go bigger.
Oh, okay. What if I go see a therapist? Scary.
For God's sake.
Okay. What if I become an undercover agent who enters a beauty pageant to root out criminals?
That's the plot to Miss Congeniality.
Maybe!
Oh, I like that one.
Okay, we're gonna keep working on what going full Western would look like for you.
Oh, I'm on it.
What are you on exactly?
I don't know, but I'm bummed that you don't have any answers. Plus, we carpooled.
Enough of this nonsense. The Asian Freedom Tour begins. To the Kia Sedona.
But what about dinner? I bought you the tofu.
This is America, Ma. Where we're going, we don't need any tofu.
We should have adopted from Africa.
Buddy, I didn't see any updates from you on the patient data compiler.
Oh, right. I didn't get to that yet.
Well, when are you gonna get to it? It's 3 o'clock, little bro. I gotta be out by nap 30.
Could I get an extension?
Sure. How long you need?
How about you wait until never?
Al, bro, what's the idea here?
Oh, I'm fresh out of ideas. I'm American. I don't have to have any ideas, just unbridled confidence. I've been actively lazy all day because I'm just as Western as you.
Okay, time for some manager real talk. Al, bro! The only reason I took this promotion was because I thought we were cool with you working a great deal and me shaping that work for shared credit.
Yeah, about that promotion, Russ the Bus.
Sir Russ the Bus.
What?
I think you should call me Sir.
No.
What do you mean, no?
Why should I call you Sir when you call me Albro?
What's wrong with Albro?
I never liked Albro.
Why not? You're my little bro.
I am not your little brother. I am older than you. I've been here longer than you, and I'm smarter than you.
But you're so nerdy.
God damn it, Russ the Bus. I may be cute as a button, but inside me is a very grizzled, very, very angry adult.
Whoa, man.
No, you! Whoa, man, you!
Yo, but what am I woeing?
Russ the Bus? I need a raise.
Yo, I don't know.
More to the point, Russ the Bus. I need your job.
Yo, what?
You heard me, dum-dum. I need your job. And you're gonna give it to me.
Jennifer?
Hi there. Thanks for seeing me. I'm brand new to therapy.
Of course. Have a seat.
Okay, so let's do this. Full Western. I stayed up all night.
Why would you have to?
This is a list of my phobias, and this is a list of my traumas. There's not very many. I had a very good childhood, so there's not a whole lot to unearth.
Jennifer?
This is a list of my shortcomings and a list of my positive attributes. As you can see, the shortcomings list is much longer, which may point to some self-esteem issues.
Jennifer, if we could just...
These are my tax returns. I don't know if you need that.
Jennifer, let's step back for a minute.
Yeah, but we've only got 45 minutes. We gotta move quick.
No. This is just our first session. There's no time pressure here.
But I'm on a highly detailed timetable for how I want to live out my life.
And we can talk about that.
This is the first of how many sessions?
Oh, well, that's up to you.
Oh, no, but you tell me, because I like to plan things out. If I know how many sessions in total, I can think about what percentage per session I'm opening up.
Hey, here's something. Why don't you go ahead and sit down?
Okay, but the lists...
That's great. So, putting aside these lists...
I need those! It's fine. I'm fine. I can talk about my feelings and look weak to strangers.
Let's talk about why you're really here. The problem isn't contained in some homework assignments. It's somewhere in you. That's why we don't need the lists.
But that's how I process. That's the only way to process.
Oh, I get it. You're one of those.
One of those what?
Nothing. Go on.
I thought my life was on track. But the past few years have been off track, so I need you to get me on track as quickly as possible. My life plan is to find a husband, get a clinical teaching position, save up enough to move out of the share I co-own with my brother, pop out a couple kids, train them to get into Harvard, and then retire in Paris after winning the National Medal of Science.
What about being happy?
Huh?
I noticed you don't mention being happy as part of your life plan.
So, tell me what I should do, like my mom used to do. Oh, hey! I want you to do what my mom did. That's transference, right? I looked up Freud on my phone.
I'm not a Freudian analyst.
Okay. Given the prep work that I've done, am I going faster than normal?
Therapy's not about speed.
Oh, I want to be the best at therapy. The absolute best!
Albert, I trust you know why Russell called me here.
He's freaking me out, man. He's having a freak out.
I'm not having a freak out.
Look at him, Melvin. Look at how freaky outy he is.
How come when I raise my voice, I'm having a freak out? How come you're allowed to say what you want, but I can't?
If Russell says you're having a freak out, you're having a freak out.
Why though?
Don't talk to me that way.
What way? What did I say?
Don't raise your voice with me.
What the? I'm not.
That's it. I'm tired of this. The promotions issue is closed. Everyone get back to work.
No.
Uh-oh.
Excuse me?
I said no.
Oh my God, it's gonna be like two little Godzillas in here.
Jennifer, I can't tell you what to do, but you also can't shortcut your feelings by intellectualizing the problem. You're going through a breakup. You're grieving.
Yeah, but when do I stop grieving? Why is this taking so long?
This breakup happened when?
Yesterday.
Jennifer, being analyzed is not a quick process. It's not some standardized test with standardized answers.
Yes, but I'm a highly analytical person, which means that I'm A, self-aware, and B, highly self-actualized.
You're neither of those.
Okay, well, can you deprogram me from my sense of Chinese dutifulness? I feel like my sense of duty to family and culture is smothering the unfettered all-American girl that's inside. So if you could just conk that out through a hypnosis or something.
Jennifer.
I just want to be in a rom-com, you know? I feel like in rom-coms, if you're all wound up, some guy opens you up to the fact that you've had love all along, and then you get to make out with Timothée Chalamet. Only, I don't get to make out with Timothée Chalamet because there are no Asians in rom-coms, only dutiful daughters sacrificing themselves in the name of their family honor.
Oh no, we have Crazy Rich Asians, Always Be My Maybe, additional third example. We fixed it last year.
No, I get that, but I guess I don't embody that yet. Could you help me embody that? Like now? Like yesterday? Pronto?
You want me to?
Yeah, just like montage me. Montage me into Constance Wu.
But I can't do that.
You can't or you won't.
Boy, your expectations of what therapy is just...
Doctor, can I call you doctor?
You can't actually. Well, technically, you can. I'm a PhD and not an MD.
Oh. Oh.
Is that going to be a problem?
I thought you were a doctor like me.
It doesn't mean I can't listen. It just means I can't prescribe drugs.
I can prescribe drugs. I'm a doctor.
What?
Nothing. It's just, look, not to malign you, but what if the reason you can't montage me is because...
That's not how time works?
No, is because I'm too smart for therapy.
Jennifer, no. Smart people are great for analysis. They're really able to get to the truth.
Don't use compliments to placate me.
Jennifer, we have to...
Stop using my name to establish a bond.
What would you prefer we do?
Stop using deflecty questions to put the focus on me. I told you, I'm smart.
The fallacy here is that you're trying to navigate complex human relationships using solely IQ, whereas EQ is just as important.
Right, IQ is meaningless. I guess I just wasted my time becoming an MD, PhD, board-certified, double Harvard-trained doctor.
Oh, I can't stand this. You want to know what you are? You are one of those careerist dragon ladies who thinks that you're better than me just because you have an MD. Well, if that's your attitude, I'm not the one to wake you up to the fact that you are completely closed off from what you actually want. Not even Einstein could do that, who, by the way, did not have an MD either.
Look, you piece of shit. I'm tired of your attitude.
Too bad, because I'm sick of being a team player. I'm playing for me now, so you better show me the money.
You know what, DJ Yella? No one's buying your cowboy act, okay? Shanghai Noon. Am I right, Russell?
Yeah.
Yeah, see? This is America, and if you don't like it here, you can go back where you came from.
Woof.
What did you say?
You heard me. Dong Wong. Go back where you came from.
Okay, maybe I should go.
Yo. That's so fucked up. Dude, you're Asian. How are you gonna say go back where you came from to someone else Asian?
You are making us look bad in front of Russell. I'm embarrassed to be associated with you.
Well, the fact you want to impress Russ the Bus makes me embarrassed for all of Asia.
You know something, Albert? People like you, who bring up race as though it's still even an issue, are fucking it up for the rest of us who just want to live our lives.
I'm not idly bringing up race so much as pointing to vast social inequities and how cultural context creates disparate lenses for valuing people. It's a much subtler inquiry than bringing up race, but whatever. Would not bringing up race make you more comfortable, Melvin?
What would make me more comfortable is if you go back where you came from.
All right. Well, thanks for your feedback, and here is some feedback for you.
What are you doing?
Perfect. 10 out of 10.
That's a company laptop.
No, it's my personal one. Fuck. Anyway, good luck trying to get Russ the Bus or anyone else on this floor to program the rest of the code for you, bitch.
Jennifer, if all you want to do is get a rise out of me to prove how smart you are, why are you here?
Because Albert said we're going full Western.
That's barely a sentence. What does that mean?
I don't freaking know.
I think you do know why you're here. You may have some elaborate life plan, but that plan is making you miserable.
No.
So maybe you ought to acknowledge that.
No.
Accept what's outside your control.
No, I said no.
And learn to love yourself.
Love myself. What are you, a Care Bear? I can't further delay my immaculate timetable. I am a German railway conductor using a Swiss watch to operate a Japanese bullet train.
You are a walking coping mechanism. You want an easy breakthrough? There's no such thing. A breakthrough takes mindfulness, openness, humility, sincere inquiry, and a whole lot of time.
Why are you so bad at therapy? Can't believe you got 4 stars on Yelp.
And yet here you are.
Well, don't taunt me. People need help.
Well, then maybe people should have the humility to accept people's help.
Yeah, well, this people is getting pretty tired of a bitch. Hold on.
Hey, no cell phones in here.
Sorry, this is my process. Yeah, what?
Is therapy cutting it for you?
Oh, hell no. I can't de-Chinese myself any more than this lady can de-stupid herself.
Yeah, and I'd say it didn't go so well for me at the job, insofar as I no longer have a job.
Oh my God, Albert, they fired you?
No yelling. Shh.
You're the one who should shh.
I wanted to go full Western, but they wouldn't let me. They keep wanting to turn me into a trope. I'm sick of being the pushover Asian. But I can't be the angry Asian. But if I don't have a job, I'm going to be the old Asian lady who digs for cans in the trash.
Okay, Albert. I got this. If they won't let us go full Western, then maybe we go full Eastern. Maybe that's the next stop on the Asian Freedom Tour.
Asian Freedom Tour?
I told you to shh!
Wait, Jen, are you saying what I think you're saying?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Hell yeah!
Albert, we're going to China!
Thank you for listening to this episode of Tiger Style, written by Mike Liu. Tiger Style is directed by Moritz von Stupnagel, sound design and original music composed by Palmer Hefferon, and sound engineered by Valentin Frank. The play features actors Francis Ju, Emily Kuroda, Nate Miller, Ribo Tian, and John Norman Schneider. This audio play is line produced by Rebecca Bradshaw, Kaylee Chase, and Rosalind Bevan, with dramaturgy by Charles Hoagland. Tiger Style is partly supported by a donation from George and Moira Yip. Check out our companion podcast series, Exploring Tiger Style, a series of conversations hosted by Huntington Manager of Curriculum and Instruction, Regine Vital. These insightful talks include perspectives from the playwright, director, actors, local community members, and scholars. To hear more from the Huntington and to donate in support of programs like this, visit huntingtontheater.org. If you enjoy Tiger Style, please follow us wherever you found this series. Thank you for listening.